So my name is Final Draft, but my real name is Mike Bernstein, and I'm here today to host a panel about Bronies, the documentary. Brony,
Yeah.
the documentary. No, I wanted to actually clarify something. There has been some misconceptions that this is the BronyCon doc. It is not. This is something that has not been seen before. So you guys are going to see something the world has not seen before. Yes. So, like I said, my name is Mike Bernstein, and I'm an associate producer on this project. To my left right here is Mr. Brent Hodge, who is the director slash filmographer of this project. And of course, the manliest brony in the world, Mr. Dusty Cat. He is here because he makes an appearance in this film. Now, at some point during this panel, we should be seeing Jax Blade and or Saber Spark. If either of them fail to show, please tweet your disappointment to them en masse at least 10 times today, and just shame them really anytime you see them. But anyway, so I don't know, before we got into anything else, I kind of wanted to talk about, or ask you really to explain what is this film for people out there, because, well, it hasn't been explained publicly yet.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if you guys have heard, there's a girl named Ashley Ball. You guys heard of her before? No? She seems to be famous around these parts. So Ashley and me have been friends for years, and she told me in December. Oh, gee, where'd you get that? Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
Wow. Duh. Oh, jeez. I guess January, just before BronyCon 2012 in New York, she told me she told me she just booked My Little Pony, and I'm a filmmaker. I've done a few documentaries, so I'd met her through that, and she said, yeah, and I got all these guys who have been emailing me about my kids show, and I said, no way. And she said, yeah, and they invited me to go to New York to talk at this BronyCon. I said, no way. And she said, you should come with me and film it. And I said, yes way, we should do this. So that's where this started. It started in January 2012, and I was completely blown away. And I've really kept this a secret. I've kept this footage. I haven't launched it online at all, and this is the first time, the doc is now done. I met some incredible characters along the way, including these two people, and some more who are going to show up, and they're involved in this documentary as well. And yeah, it went from there. So it's really the eyes of Ashley Ball and her story through the Brony community.
Well, you've been working on this literally for at least 20 months now, because you started in January of 2012.
January 2012.
Yeah, and I mean, what happened was that about, I want to say, February or March of last year, you sent me an email.
Yep.
Ashley had referred him over to me and said, hey, this guy knows all of the bronies out there. Ask him who to talk to. And so I've been...
I think her term was, Mike Bernstein is the head honcho of bronies, is what she said.
Which I thoroughly denied, but he sent me a message. He said, well, Ashley is my friend, and we're looking for people to put in this film, and I'm looking for a variety of people from all over the country who have interesting stories. I really want to meet people with stories. And I said, okay, I think I know a few people. So I sent him to Dusty Cat, and I sent him to Saber, who should be here, and if is not, should be tweeted to with shame. And to Silverhound.
Yeah,
and
Jax.
Yep, Jax Blade. A whole bunch of people around the country.
A crew of high school bronies, a crew of bronies at university, Brian, who's in the military. And it just snowballed. Like, I go to meet Dusty, and he says, oh, you should go meet so-and-so, and you should go, and there's SoCal bronies, you should go meet up with them, and yeah, SoCal. It was incredible. What a journey it's been, 20 months, about 20 months or so. So this is gonna be the first time a trailer's ever been seen by anybody. And I'll show you guys some more clips as well.
And I should say, too, this has been incredibly hard for me not to talk about, because I've been so excited by this project, especially since they started the BronyCon documentary after he started his. And so while they were working on it, I talked to Brent a couple of times. He's like, well, do you think this is going to conflict? Do you think this is going to, these are going to clash somehow? And there really are different films with different purposes. But it was hard not to talk about it at all these conventions I was going to, saying, yeah, I'm working with this amazing filmmaker, who he actually does film work for TED Talks, and and he's personal friends with Ashley Ball, and I was so tempted so many times, and that's why I've been super excited about this panel specifically now for well over a year and a half to get to show you guys some of this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do you want to mention anything else about the
doc?
doc and
Where it sits right now, it's finished, and we just signed a deal with a company called The Works and their sale agent. They sold a lot of incredible documentaries, including The Cove and Man on Wire. So I'm very excited. This is a big deal for me too as a filmmaker. So thank you guys for just being an incredible community and being open to me coming and filming. And some of you knew or didn't know that. Yeah, that's it at the moment. There's actually, there's no set release date yet, but I will be at the end of the first trailer. You'll see where I'll be doing all the updates. It's BronyTheMovie.com, and I'm sure it'll go without being announced that you'll be able to find where this documentary is kept.
Yeah, and I think we've been talking about different ways to distribute the film as well, so it will be out there shortly. All right,
Should we do the trailer? You guys want to see the trailer?
You guys want to see the trailer?
And by the way, guys,
Well, actually, before
he
we
hasn't
do that-
shown me anything.
Yeah. Nobody's
Okay?
seen anything. The only
He came to my house and it's like, he calls me and says, "Hey, there's this guy Brent. He knows Ashley. He wants to come down and talk to you." Yeah, sure, why not?
No, he said to me, "Wait a second, is this the Nat Geo guy again?"
Yeah, pretty much.
And I said, "No, this guy's
So-
legit."
So he shows up at my house in a car and he says, "Let's go do something." Okay, and you'll see a lot of that I haven't seen yet. But there you go.
Yeah, it's been a little bit torment for me as well because he showed me a couple weeks ago the rough cut of the documentary, which is incredible. And I said, "Well, can I show this to Dusty? Can I show this to the people in it?" "No, don't show it to anyone. I want to keep it secret for now." I'm like, "Okay." So I couldn't even tell people that I'd seen it. And yeah, right before this panel, Dusty's like, "Wait, you've seen it and you didn't let me see it?" Man, I must have. What did you say? I lost my status.
I don't rate.
I don't rate.
I don't even rate.
Whatever.
But I really wanted to make sure that the trailer was shown to the Brony community first. So we'd planned this a couple months ago to have it screening here.
Which that was a process too, actually, trying to keep it secret from leaking online. I mean, this is an online community. Trying to keep a documentary about Ashley Ball and the Bronies secret is really hard. And so when we were setting up this panel, I had to talk to specific people in the BronyCon, convention board, saying, "Okay, here's what it is, but you can't tell anyone." And so while they were planning this convention, it was listed as the secret panel, and it was only revealed once the convention book was handed out. So yeah, this has been a really long but awesome process.
Hey,
Anyway.
Draft. Shut up.
Okay.
Let's roll it.
Can we roll the trailer? Is there someone near that? No, there's walking over to the computer. There we go.
Oh.
What?
Oh, no way. Yeah, should have.
The worst thing is that he had this on a Mac, and we put it on a hard drive so that he could bring it down here for the PC.
Oh.
What?
What?
Yeah, VLC. Try VLC.
VLC. Well, let's talk a little bit more about it then.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's not my fault.
Do you have another machine? If you have another machine, sure.
Here's VLC.
Yeah, the missing plugin's gonna be QuickTime probably.
Oh, jeez.
Are you kidding?
Well, this is interesting.
Everyone just pull their phones. Everyone's got phones here.
It's on the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do it that way.
No, that's not the way to do it.
Why? We could do it.
Does anybody in here, is there a doctor in the house? Does anybody in here have a Macintosh laptop with a VGA out? Or an adapter? It's an MP4.
Wait, do the other two play though? If the other two play, those are good clips. Play the Dusty one. The trailer will go online in like an hour, and everyone can watch it there.
All right, go ahead and try the other clip.
No, we can get this.
Some, yeah. What's that guy's name?
What?
Try one of the other clips.
Let's chat.
It's off.
It's so secret the computer wouldn't let us play it. As you can see, this is a modern art installation. Actually, true story. There's an artwork in the Walker Art Center in Minneapolis called Blue Number 73. Hey, VLC.
I don't know. Just gave it to him.
I'm sending a message to see if they can get internet.
Well, you'll see. It'll play. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Brony. It should be in there.
It's picking up the preview clips.
Wrong one, guys.
No, that's not the one. Which one do they want?
That's not the one.
That's not the one? That won't be good enough? That's it. That's the one.
That was a
Okay.
5-second rabbit.
I just don't think it's the sound mix one. It's not. There's no sound mix on that one. Like,
Why
I
no
don't.
sound at all?
Where do they get that? It should be on your desktop, just to let you know. Should I come figure this out? I think
Yeah,
I
go
should.
figure it out.
Sorry, gang.
All is doomed without VLC.
Technology. Welcome to your doom.
So, Dusty, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you? All these
okay.
wonderful people want to take 2 seconds out of my life to take my picture and get my autograph, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
True story, when I walk around any convention, and
This is my photographer right
I'm
here.
his photographer, because every time I walk around, people come up and they tap me on the shoulder, and I very egotistically think, oh, maybe they recognize me from EFN. No, they want me to hold the camera to take a picture of Dusty. So we just determined that. I had a great moment at Everfree Northwest where a guy came up to me and goes, hey, Final Draft, can I get a picture with you? And it was right next to Dusty. And he goes to hand the camera to Dusty. He looks over, he's like, Dusty Cat!
True story.
But I had a really funny experience when I was at Camelot Gardens. And I was going back to my hotel room. And I went upstairs on an elevator. I came out of an elevator right as two bronies were going on the elevator. They got on the elevator, and I don't think they thought I could hear them. And they go, guys, that was Dusty Cat. I don't look anything
I wasn't even in a state.
I know, it was hilarious. Oh, man.
And then he twitters me. It's like, dude, they just mistaken me for you. It's like, you're not even bald.
Yet.
I mean, come on.
I'm getting there.
Nice shot of my head.
I'm a trained Harley Davidson mechanic. I have built and can build custom motorcycles from scratch. I can weld, I can run a CNC machine, I've played college football. Let's see, I was a bodyguard ranch hand for a science fiction writer. I worked as a GM glue guy at a GM dealership. On top of all that, I watched a show for little girls. I'm known as Dusty Cat in the fandom, and I'm known as the manliest Brony in the world. If this...
Damn straight.
I know that's an old mix, too, because they got the wrong...
That line was so awesome.
It was. And by the way, Brent, you misspelled my name.
I know, I told him that.
It'll be fixed. We'll fix it in post. Too manly.
All right, here we go. He's here, so you don't
Here
have to
comes
tweet
Saber
shame it.
Spark.
Saber Spark. Who also makes an appearance in the film? And when Brent was asking me where to go to meet Bronies, he was looking to do it in as geographically logical a way as possible. And so he's like, well, I'm going to be in the South. I'm going to be going through Atlanta. I'm like, okay, Silva and Saber.
Wait, I got a message from Saber Spark. You still want me up there on stage? I'm here. Oh, there
Well, there he is.
So am I. I can't talk.
Do we got it?
My brain's messed up.
Okay.
You just jinxed it again, didn't you?
We're just moving product. Moving things.
So we're gonna watch a trailer, and then we're also gonna watch 2 clips. You guys saw the first of the clips, and that's with Dusty here.
That's not all of it, I hope.
No.
Okay.
And then the other one's with Silvahound. We're just trying to get them going, but this should work. I think they just needed to put on the desktop. This is the trailer.
There you go.
You ain't a man unless you're watching My Little Pony, son.
I'm Ashley Ball, and I am the voice actor in Vancouver. I do the voices of Applejack and Rainbow Dash on the new My Little Pony series.
I happen to be the fastest Pegasus in the sky. It's because I'm awesome.
I've just been invited to go to the 2012 BronyCon in New York City.
The pervert alarm for sure went off in my head when I first heard about it.
Bronies are these young adults. They're looking for connections with other people. They need to find something to sort of give them meaning.
So this is definitely blowing me away.
Forget you. I can eat all these apples.
I am a Brony. I am a Brony.
All they are people who like a cartoon show. That's it.
I tried myself to figure out why I love the show so much, and honestly, I can't come up with a good answer.
Not about My Little Pony, it's about friendship is magic.
What is that, a puppy, a kitten? And like one guy in the back goes, it's a pony. And I said, I want that guy to do my tattoo.
It's a really important part of a lot of these people's lives. So yeah, as long as like My Little Ponies exist, there will be bronies.
That's it.
Here we go. And can we get another round of applause for the AV crew for saving the day?
Yeah, thanks guys. I should just quickly clarify one thing. I think this thing's called Trailer Pervert, and it's because of the pervert line she says, not because of anything else. So just to clarify, that's why it's called that. Because we added that line in after, so it's like a newer addition. But yeah, that's the film. It's all really told from Ashley's point of view. You know, she's a great friend of mine, and it's a really one-camera, intimate documentary, and we follow quite a few bronies and go all over the country. We go into Canada as well.
Cool.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it right there. So it's online pretty
What
soon.
I think is going to be fun about this movie when it comes out is that in any scene, I mean, that's the part about this community is that everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. So in any scene in the movie, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, and of course he's there. Oh, there's that other guy in the background. And I don't know, did anybody, aside from, of course, the main people on camera, did anybody recognize anybody in the background of any of those shots? Yeah, show of hands maybe? Well, I saw nodding there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's like that all the way through. But I think what's also interesting to talk about with this is that you didn't just film at BronyCon in January. I mean, you filmed all over the country all through the year. Brent was asking me where to go, and he said, man, BronyCon was crazy. It was huge. And I said, you have not seen the other conventions yet. Because anybody who was at that January BronyCon knows that there were only about 500 people there. And so the timing worked out perfectly that we were at Candlelight Gardens.
Yep.
And that was, again, it was one of those things where he's going around filming, and I'm like, if they only knew what he was doing. But so, and then he said, well, should I go to the BronyCon this year? I'm like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger of an event. Literally 20 times the size. And, I talked to him, and we tried to see if Ashley could make it, and she couldn't because, as you guys know, she's in Hey Ocean. Anybody a fan of Hey Ocean in here? And I think another great part about this is that in the documentary, they talk. He talks to all the band and talks about their reactions to the Brony phenomenon, and you get some of their music in there too. So I'm really excited for when this gets released publicly.
Yeah, no, it's good. It really is Ashley's life and how her kind of worlds collide too. Like she's a voiceover actress by day and a musician by night, and she's got a lot on her plate all the time. It's a lot of fun, guys. A ton of fun. Like I went all over the place and met so many neat people. So thank you.
Well, do you think we should show Dusty's full clip now?
So I just want to show you guys a couple clips. These aren't going to be online for a while. Like I'm saving it. I'm sort of holding with one trailer online, and so this is just for this room. This is still a rough, and I know I spelled Dusty's name wrong actually. Mike had gone through and done like a full copyright on this. And
He sent me the rough cut of it. He said, okay, just let me know what you think about this. What should I change? And I sent him, I think a list of maybe 10 things at most.
Yeah.
And I think number one on there is Dusty Cat is not spelled with a C.
Yeah.
I said, if he sees it that way, he will probably strangle me.
But yeah, or me, yeah. But so these clips are a couple sections to give you some context. We've already sort of gone through Ashley's life of getting this BronyCon email and deciding she's going to go. And we've done some voiceover work with her. We've already met her band. And then we start to meet different bronies around the country. And Dusty's actually the first one we meet. So if you guys want to roll the clip, we'll watch it. And
Harley Davidson mechanic. I have built and can build custom motorcycles from scratch. I can weld, I can run a CNC machine, I've played college football. I was a bodyguard ranch hand for a science fiction writer. I worked as a GM glue guy at a GM dealership. On top of all that, I watched a show for little girls. I'm known as Dusty Cat in the fandom, and I'm known as the manliest brony in the world. If this guy can like a girl's show for what it is, you can too. Every character doesn't have the answers, right? They have to go find the answers. They have to learn from their mistakes. And that's what draws me to My Little Pony, because you have character-driven story where the characters learn something and grow. There's 6 main characters in the show. Twilight's one. Her characterization is fairly easy. Twilight is the intellectual shut-in. Now you have Applejack, who is the hard worker, that pony you can go to. But her problem is she can't let others help her. Fluttershy, too shy for her own good. That's one of her fallacies that makes her a character. Rainbow Dash, my what an ego. She'll never get to the Wonderbolts because the Wonderbolts are a team situation. You don't die in team. Rarity, element of generosity to a fault. She has to get over that. She has to learn from that. And then we get to Pinkie Pie. Party animal extraordinaire. Off into left field. All the time. Almost to the point of driving her friends nuts. But still, when somebody needs to be picked up, when someone is feeling sad, she's there every time. Each individual character is so well-rounded within an archetype of personality. So people can see themselves as a Rainbow Dash, a Rarity, or an Applejack. That is the basis of excellent storytelling. Don't think of it as 6 little ponies in Ponyville. Think of it as 6 friends learning from each other. It just has to be wrapped up in a package of pastel ponies that's animated. This is a show for kids, but it doesn't wallow in that point. I'm just a guy who happens to like a TV show. I love My Little Pony. I love what it does. I love the message it sends, and I want to be a part of it. And I want to be able to play in that universe. We're supposed to chug beer, ride motorcycles, be degrading to women, and like explosions. That's what's ingrained in our brains from the minute you're born and put into a blue crib. Well, I like what I like. I don't need society to tell me what I like. And that's all there is to it.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Was that Dos Equis?
No, that was not Dos Equis. That was cider.
I think you guys can start seeing why I've been so excited for this. We've got another clip though, don't we?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so how?
I wish Silva was here. He's somewhere around, but I guess he couldn't make it to the panel. But let's show his clip. He paused it.
I am a Brony. I am a Brony. Like, it's not like an unsure thing. It's not like I watch the show, I look at the art, I read some of the fanfics, but most of all, like, beyond any of that, I listen to the music. I'm Silverhound. All I've done is DJ pony parties. I make music.
It's Silverhound. It's a mix.
I used to wonder what friendship could be, until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun, a beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness an easy feat, and magic makes it all the way down.
I just do it. It just, whether that's because of a result of my creativity or the show's creativity or both working together as one, I don't know.
My little pony, my little pony.
This fandom has some good music. Better than anything on the radio now. I find it a great pleasure to sample a lot of the stuff from the show. I just have a lot of fun with it. It's pretty rewarding. As of right now, I have recently hit 1 million views on YouTube. I have 1,000 followers on Twitter. I'm reaching 2,000 on SoundCloud. I just said, you know what? I'm gonna sell this and see how much money it gets. And it got a nice little piece of change. You know, I just needed some money for college, and I'll be taking calculus next year. The pony music really helped me to afford that. You know, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, dirty. And, you know, growing up here wasn't the best of paradises, but, you know, survived. Growing up with that mentality, I just kind of took that into my music, you know. You know, as long as I'm alive, as long as this laptop is on, you know, nothing's gonna stop me, you know.
this is just a couple samples of what's to come. There's a lot of characters. Saber's here now too. He's one of the guys that was in this. Yeah, like again, like I said, it was a lot of fun. And the thing for me is I self-funded this whole thing. And I really wanted to not just make it for Bronies, even though I'm here premiering the trailer and everything. I really wanted it. Dusty is so good at explaining these characters and why people like it. And I really wanted anyone to watch it and then get the same experience that I got through this. And I explained to Mike the whole time. Oh yeah, if you make it smaller, this is the poster that's being worked on at the moment. It's still a rough draft, but yeah, it's the main poster. A guy named Nick Fabian made it. He's a great friend of mine, and he's really gotten into the Brony community and the art online. He's about I think he's cracked. I think he's a Brony now. I think you guys changed him, but so anyway, it's all a work in progress, and this is the launch. But I really wanted to not just make this for Bronies, and if it was something that I didn't enjoy, or if there was a weird part of the fandom I didn't like, I was gonna show it. But really, the documentary ends up being very pro Brony because you guys are just it's the genuine truth of it. So
one thing that he told me before the panel that cracks me up is that the main face there in the center, that's based off of Mando Pony, but it's an adaptation, so it's not any one Brony, but
it's generic.
Cracks me up because I'm trying to imagine Mando with those glasses on.
I think Nick even got some of the fan art that he's seen online. He tried to sort of put some of the bits in there.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about before we throw this to some Q&A? Because I imagine you guys might have some questions about this.
Yeah, I guess I just want to say my company's just that little logo down the bottom is Haji Films, and it's mainly all going to be updated through that. So we have Facebook and Twitter, and it's going to be bronythemovie.com. It should be launching soon. And just stay tuned for updates. There's going to be a mailing list. I'll make sure you guys all hear what's going on with this documentary as it comes through. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we had a wireless mic set up. Does somebody have that? There it is. All right. So if you raise your hand, the guy with the mic can come over and hand you the mic, and there you go. So if you have a question,
anybody,
raise their hands. I saw some people, they raised their hands, they brought them back. All right. I think you can just hand them the mic.
I'd just like to welcome the artist of the poster to the herd. I think as a collective, tell us him to welcome him to the herd for us.
Oh, for sure, yeah, absolutely. I'll let Nick know.
Pretty simple one. How long is the documentary?
Right now it's sitting at 80 minutes, so it's a full-length doc. Might do a TV cut as well if it gets sold at TV.
If you had any women in the film, or if you focused mostly on men.
Yeah, we have a couple. It's mainly on men, but we definitely have a few, especially in SoCal. There's quite a few. I interviewed some, but it just the way it works out, I didn't always include every interview that we did. But yeah, there's a few.
Do you have any pieces that touch on the military service members?
Absolutely, yeah. One of the main characters is a guy named Brian, and he, I don't know if you remember, but he gave Nicole Oliver the painting at the 2012 BronyCon in New York. He's one of the main characters in this doc, and it kind of follows his story a bit, which is cool.
Yeah, he's an Iraq War veteran, and he was one of the first people that Brent wanted me to find. It was funny because he showed me 3 pictures, and he said, "Do you know these Bronies? Because I don't know their names." And I looked, and I'm like, "Oh, I know Brian because he's a Minnesota Brony, and we had met up at that con and talked a bit because I'm from Minnesota as well." So it's like, "Oh yeah, there's Brian." He's like, "How did you know that guy?" I'm like, lives half an hour away from me.
I was just wondering how you picked the age cap of 30.
Age cap of 30?
Yeah,
I read
know
it.
a lot of bronies who are older than that.
Yeah, I just read that was a definition online that I read. I I don't know what website it was. I took that right offline. I didn't make it up. Like it was just there. It just said Brony and it came up with the exact definition. So yeah.
Well, I think when I think I actually pointed that out to you too, because like obviously Dusty's up on stage and he's only about 25, but but no, I mean I said, you know, that this is kind of limiting. There are bronies who are well younger than 18 as well, and he goes, well, I'm trying to show what the public perception is, the public definition is, and show how that definition doesn't necessarily fit. That was the way you put it to me, I think.
That's fair.
Besides Ashley, do you have any other members from the cast or crew on here?
I don't actually. No, it's just Ashley. I really wanted it to be, you know, I actually first started off as more being a documentary about her voiceover work, but then I think the Brony thing grew so much that that's obviously a major part of her voiceover work. Yeah, yeah.
When do you expect the full release to come out?
So it's based on, I mean, it's finished, so it's a good thing. It's based on this company that we've signed with called The Works, and they're the sale agents, and so we're just determining if it's going to go to a festival circuit or TV first. But like I said, it'll be all updated online. You'll definitely know when.
It will be released on Blu-ray, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Hello. All right.
Hey.
What's the thing you'd most like people who aren't bronies to get out of this documentary about bronies?
I just want. Oh, that's a good question. I think just how magical the community really is. I was even a little bit thrown off when I first heard about it. Obviously, coming to BronyCon, I was very shocked. And the more I said, you know, I went to individuals' houses. I hung out with Dusty for a day, or Saber for a day, or Mike. It's just, yeah, just showing that it's not as deviant as it might sound or come out online. That's probably the biggest message. And I think overall themes of just, you know, we actually, another part of the doc is that we go with Ashley with her friends for a while, and we go to Salt Spring and they go camping. And just showing that friendship is magic, like Brian said, it's not about My Little Pony, it's about friendship is magic. I think that's the biggest thing I want to get out of this. I want them to know.
Are you going to put some of these clips and promos on YouTube?
Say that again?
Are you going to put some of these clips and promos on YouTube?
Oh yeah, the trailer's out now. I actually just got a text about it. It's out now, and they'll be all over. I'll definitely be releasing more. I'll probably release an official trailer. Like I said, it'll be all on the Facebook page or my Twitter, and BronyTheMovie.com. I'll get that going pretty soon here, and you will not miss a clip.
I was wondering, it's kind of controversial, but will you be covering not safe for work stuff?
When I saw it, I think it's alluded to that it's out there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's the focus at all.
Hello. I've seen other, like videos trying to just see what a brony is and everything. And every time it comes to the music part, it's always, these top big DJs that do mixes. Do you guys feature music? And if you do you touch upon people who do like original stuff that don't use a computer, people who actually do that? Because I see that every time and I thought, what about, Mondo Pony? What about Feather? And it always bothers me that they're never getting out there on these videos.
Yeah, and I think it's, showing Silva's, he's very exciting. Obviously, he's an exciting guy live, and everybody's playing. But we have we have a full section on Mando as well, and he talks about a couple of tracks that he plays, and he also plays a Hey Ocean song, which I got the rights to. So woo! Yeah.
I was really lucky because I was there when they filmed that, and it was really cool. We were in Vancouver, and it was Mando Pony, myself, and Pajati, if you guys know him, and we went to one of Ashley's friends' garages, and Brent's like, what can we do to make this interesting? And set up all these like paper lanterns and stuff, and just did this shoot of them performing. I was behind the camera, I was in front of it, but yeah, it was really cool because it was we were getting to see Mando and Bajati play these songs, and then it made its way into the documentary, so that's definitely touched upon.
It's a
for
big.
sure.
The music's a huge thing for me. I've done 4 music documentaries now, so and that's how I met Ashley, is through Hey Ocean. So for me, including music was massive because it's a big part of the community too. And the video editing. I don't know if you guys noticed, I really sort of remixed in a lot of the show, a lot of clips of the show in a special way. And I found like the more I saw online clips and the way you guys do it, I was learning how to edit better. So I hope I sort of do justice to that and include a lot of the fan art and all elements of the Brony community and the My Little Pony show as well.
What say, if any, did Hasbro have in any of this?
Yeah, no, Hasbro hasn't had really any say at all yet. They've been they're great people, they're great and cooperative. I met with them, and like I said, it's more of a doc about Ashley, and we touch on a few other shows that she does as well. So not just her Hasbro shows, but some of her early stuff. How she was in, she was Morris Mooney, and she was a Care Bear and Slim Pig and different shows. So Mary Tess, she was Mary Tess, yeah. Was she the other? She was two. Oh no, never mind. She was just Mary Tess.
Actually, that's what I was going to mention too, because I know he's too modest to mention it himself. Has anybody here heard of Dan Mangan? Anybody? You know who he is? Yeah, Brent did a really cool documentary, his last major work on Dan Mangan, that I got to see when I was up in Vancouver as well, that was played on the CBC up in Canada. And if you guys get a chance, you should go see that because it gives you an idea of the kind of filmography he does, and it's just amazing. What I really got drawn to by the project was that it was, the way he does a documentary is he doesn't come at it necessarily with a narrative in mind. He just, he goes at it, and the narrative kind of comes from the footage he gets, And that was the way that the Dan Mangan documentary was done, and the way this one was too.
Takes a lot more time when you do it that way.
Yeah.
What other aspects of the fandom are you going to show to represent other than famous bronies and military bronies and musicians?
I definitely go at different age groups as well, even though in the trailer it does give that definition. We have Brony family, we have high school bronies, we have university bronies. Let me see. There's so many. I'm trying to think, a guy like Saber. Yeah, he's famous actually, but he's just in this case he's just a guy, and we go and we sort of get into the sociology of bronies as well. The brony psychologists, I'm sure you guys know about them. They're a huge feature in this as well. Trying to think of who else besides that, but yeah, we touch on a lot, definitely. And again, in Ashley's eyes too, and her journey to BronyCon.
Hi, I'm curious what your personal experience is with the show My Little Pony is, and it doesn't sound like you're a brony, but has working on this project, and correct me if I'm wrong, but has working on this project changed your view on the show or the fandom?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love the show. I had to watch it just for research alone. You're right. Like I'm not a brony, but I like it and I respect it, and it's a good show. It's a well animated show. It's a great story. And I seriously think that every time I met a new person, they would tell me, I didn't know all that stuff until Dusty told me. I just had a conversation. I said, so can you tell me who the 6 characters are?
It was crazy because he sits there, we're sitting as you see, in my front room, right, where I do my show, in my chair, and he turns the camera on and says, tell me about it. Okay. And every time I said something, you see the light bulb in his head go. Really? Really? Oh, that's cool. Really? Who else should I talk? Really? I think he said really about 17 times. As we went into that, because there's a lot more to that interview than what he showed. I think I went on for what? 2 hours.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But it was a really neat little day. I mean, he showed up in the morning, and we went and did the thing at my shop, and we came back and drank cider and had lunch and had this nice little conversation. It was pretty an awesome day.
Yeah. He gets into the zone. He had me on camera a little bit partially because Brian and I live so close by. So actually the 3 of us went to a bar, and he's like, okay, I want you to shoot some pool. We're just gonna talk about the show. As in anything in particular? I'll just throw you a question. You take it. So I'm a rambler as is, if you didn't notice. And yeah, it was just like that. I'd say something, it was like, and he suddenly zip around the table, take a different angle, and ask another question, and just kind of like see where it went.
I didn't even know what 4chan was before, so that's how naive I was. He had to explain it.
I had to explain what 4chan was.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So
I did it tastefully.
Yeah. So I've definitely learned a lot. That's for sure. Yeah.
Shh. They're here.
I wanted to just do a quick thank you to Mike Bernstein here. I'm sure you all know who he is, and this guy has kind of been in this documentary with me, answering all my questions, and he's always put the fandom at the forefront for everything he's done. He's always wanted to show, and he's held on. He didn't give away any of the documentary. He didn't, it was all coming from a really earnest place, and I feel like he's a true representation of this community. So I want to give him a round of applause.
It was kind of fun for me, to be honest, because I just get these random emails sometimes. Hey, what's this? Have you ever heard of an Alex S or something? And then I would send back, yeah, this is who he is, and this is what he does. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just little things like that. It was kind of fun. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun and a real honor for me to be able to work with him on this, because this is a community that deserves all the coverage it can get. I mean, a lot of people have been asking, well, are you featuring these kind of bronies in here, these kind of bronies? I mean, really, in the end, there's such a large spectrum. You can't always cover everything within a reasonable amount of time. You could make a 20-hour documentary that still wouldn't cover everything. But I think that Brent did a really good job going, and he found a lot of people himself as well. And I mean, he did all the film work and all the editing and all that. So I think he did an amazing job, really getting that kind of that snapshot.
Even going to SoCal, the SoCal Bronies, I just wanted 5 at a restaurant. That would have been fun, and we set up a meetup. Karen set it up, I think.
Yeah.
Karen set it up. So she's a girl that's in it for sure.
Yeah, Glittering Pony, who was the head of Equestria LA. I sent him down there to.
Yeah, and 5 magically turned into 58. We couldn't even get a restaurant. It was a lot of this stuff sort of just came to me, and I just had to show up and just record, and it was all great. So
I'd send them emails of 6. How did that go? It went great. I met 1 billion people.
Yeah.
Who's this person? Who's this person? I'm like, okay, they're this. Okay, great. And then 3 weeks later, okay, so I filmed it, at this university. It's like, how'd that go? It was great. I met this person. Do you know this person? A couple weeks later, it was kind of a fun process. Saber, say something.
Yeah.
Hello.
You've been very silent this whole panel. We only have a few more minutes.
I had a Who's Line panel before this, and I laid it all out there, so I'm a little bit out of energy.
What was it like tell us about the day when we hung out.
It was fun. We went to the mall in Atlanta. I call it the mall because I actually don't know the exact name. I don't go to Atlanta very often, but we went to the toy aisle to smack water over, and we kind of just chatted about the fandom and the science behind it and gender roles and things like that. And it was a lot of fun chatting about it. I always enjoy talking to people who at least want to learn more about it, which you did. You seem very eager to learn more about this fandom. So, I'm really excited seeing all this hard work done. You've put a lot of effort into it, and so have you guys. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I thought it was really fun when I saw the clip or the part with you in it. Was that Saber, in the community, you're such a comedian, but in this, I think your intellect shows well because you're speaking in serious tones about sociological things and making points. It's like, I think it's gonna be cool when it comes out because it's gonna be a side of you that only a few people have seen.
I got an on and off switch for this stuff.
Yeah, by the way, that's what he went to school for. Okay, he did the Brony the first Brony. What do you call it?
It's called Ballad of the Brony.
Yeah, Ballad of the Brony, because he was going to school for sociology. So the man's got a brain.
Get up here.
Jack.
All right, last minute edition. Jack's playing.
Wait, hey, no. Before you do anything, because you're wearing that cardigan, I want a Carlton right now.
Looking sharp, Jack.
Do it, Carl. Do it. Yeah. Woo!
Filming with Jax is one of my favorite days because he took me to the gym.
Yeah. All day, every day, buddy.
When aren't you at the gym, Jax?
You know,
Except
I don't
when you're
know.
eating in here, okay.
I have a bench I sleep on, so I just wake up and
I was gonna say, if you guys have any other questions, you can find me online really easily. I'll answer anything you guys need. Just let me know.
No, it's all right. Yeah, you're just in time to be on the panel for like a second.
Oh, it's good, man.
All right, do we have any last questions before we wrap this up? I see a hand there and a hand there. Who's got the mic? All right. And yeah, Dusty needs to get going because he's going to be helping with the charity auction. So you guys should definitely go up there and bid on some stuff
All right,
after
just
this.
got it.
So everybody, a round of applause for Dusty.
I just got one real quick question. I hope everybody can answer, including Dusty. But what are you guys' favorite colors?
Colors?
Yeah.
In general.
Blue.
Yeah, I'm a blue. Logo's a blue. I'm a
Blue,
big
yeah.
blue guy.
Green and gold.
Nah.
Like my idols. Oh yeah, Super Saiyans all day.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. See, glad you're there.
Hilarious.
Saber Spark,
Hey.
does your mom really think you're an embarrassment?
It depends. Are these things working? Yes, they are. No, she loves me. I love my mom. She doesn't think I'm an embarrassment. Okay. But then she does, like, she'll walk past the room when I'm doing the Brony's React stuff, and she'll just shake her head and keep walking.
I remember there was a live show you were doing at one point, and you could hear her in the background. Honey, okay. And then he's like, I'm going to be right back. He comes back 10 minutes later, like it's live in front of 400 people. I'm like, what was going on? Oh, the printer was jammed. I was helping her fix the printer.
You know how moms are with computers? It's like, this toolbar wasn't here when you last messed with my computer. Just, I want it back the way it was. Then don't ask for my help! Moms and technology.
All right. Any last questions? We got just a couple of minutes left. Let's see one here.
So you said you've done like research and you've watched the whole series. What's your favorite episode now that you've gone through it all? If you have one.
I mean, yeah, definitely the scene is when Rainbow Dash and Apple Jack are fighting.
And that's Fall Weather Friends.
Fall Weather Friends, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's both her characters. It's awesome.
Actually, do you have a favorite pony?
Do I have a favorite one?
Yeah, do you have a favorite pony?
Yeah, it's definitely Rainbow Dash. I use a lot of clips from episode 1. It's just like across the board. Explains a lot. That episode explains actually everything.
All right, any last question? Everybody's curiosity has been satiated. Or at least appropriately whetted. That's a good word. All right, well, I want to give a big round of applause to Brent here. And also to the other guys, Jax here, and Saber, and still the Hound out there. And yeah, this will be out soon. Go look at the trailer again online and leave your comments and stuff. Start talking about it.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Right.
Thank you.